Hello, welcome to the Overscoped podcast. My name is MZF, and as always, joining me is Henry, Vera Studio on YouTube.
Hello.
And Kobe Dev on YouTube, and we do a game dev podcast. Hello. This is it. What's going on? How are we all doing?
Fine.
Can I tell you guys something?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
this is the formula.
I feel for a long time I was like struggling with like, I feel like you guys are like so much like more established than I am. Like you, Zeth, like you're really talented with art. You, Kobe, you're really talented. I mean, you're going to college. Even like everybody around us, like Maxi is getting these opportunities and stuff, and Dino has like a bunch of opportunities. He's making like the most money out of all of us just straight up from game development, right? And I always felt like, man, I feel like I'm lagging behind.
What?
And then I remembered that I'm the only one with the actual fucking game dev job, and you guys are fucking posers. And you guys should be talking to me. You guys should be talking to me, trying to be the second spot. I'm the number one spot. I'm already here.
No one said you were the number one spot.
So today, we're gonna play a game called Dev Duel, where you two are gonna be competing against each other to take the number 2 spot, not the number 1, number 2 spots, and see which one of you two is the actual second best game developer out of the both of you. And this is Dev Duel.
Never make me try and feel bad for you ever again. I'm just gonna. You're gonna be.
I'm gonna stop fake feeling bad for you because I've never really, of course. What are these categories here? Can I get a rundown?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I have to make some adjustments.
Oh, you do that. I can read them. Pixel perfect. It looks like Jeopardy.
No. I will.
It looks like.
I will go ahead and read them.
Oh, he doesn't want. Okay, all right. This guy doesn't want any help. He's in his Joker arc, everybody.
Okay.
I feel like every podcast.
So this is Dev Duel. This is sorry, Kobe. I didn't mean to talk over you. Just
No, it's fine.
This is Dev Duel. This is a completely original idea where we're going to be going through some trivia questions, and when you answer, you have to answer in the form of a question. Okay, this is completely original. I made this up completely by myself. So we have 5 different categories for you guys to choose from. We have Pixel Perfect, which is all about graphics and art. We have Code Crusaders, which is all about programming and game development. Sound Waves, which is, take a guess what that's about. Too slow. It's about sound and music in design, in game development. Also, Lower Legends, which is about game storytelling and world building, and Mechanic Masters, which is about game mechanics and design. So, you guys are going to have the option. Go ahead and pick a number between 1 through 10.
1 second. I need to explain something for the listeners.
Yes.
We got the bait and switch, and this is not hitting with the listeners at all. Henry, before the episode, was like, not even joking. He was putting a different voice. He was like, oh, I said I was going to make a game. Yeah, I've been so tired. And I was like, all right, what do you want to talk about? And me and Kobe were like, I don't know. You can make something up. Do you have any topic? Have you ever been outside? We're going back and forth. And he's like, well, why don't you just start the episode and we'll see what happens. And he does this one day. I just want to explain to you that. So if I seem like my mind is turning into oatmeal, this is the reason why. But with that, I'll take Pixel Perfect for 500.
No, pick a number through 1 through 10, and the closest one gets to go first. Hold on. Okay, I got my number. Go ahead.
Yes, it's like your number. You didn't have a number yet.
Okay, go ahead. Zeth, Kobe.
1. Wait, the closest?
Closest to the number that I'm thinking of.
4.
Okay, Zeth.
Can I choose Zeth's number? Can I choose 4 as well?
No.
5.
Okay, Kobe is first. Kobe is going to go first. Which category would you like to go in, Kobe?
I would love to go inside of the Code Crusaders.
Code Crusaders. What points?
What point? What do you mean? I'm so confused.
There's 100 points. There's 200 points. There's 300 points.
All right.
There's 4.
Let's go for 500 points.
500 points.
Oh my God.
Code Crusader. Okay. 500 points. Oh, shit. A data structure that follows the last in, first out principle. Answer it in the form of the question, please.
What is a stack?
That is correct, Kobe.
No fucking idea.
Correct.
Let's fucking go.
Zeth to go. Kobe on the board with 500 points. Zeth, what are you doing? Come on. Oh, also,
I don't know anything about that.
the first person to talk is the first person that gets to answer. So if you guys interrupt each other, I'm going to decide based on my lag who gets to answer first. Kobe, it's still your board. Where do you want to go?
I would love to go to... let's go to... Sound waves.
Sound waves.
Sound waves. Sound waves.
You got to give me the point and the category. You can't-
100.
Can you take
100.
10 points off for that?
100. 100.
The background music in video games.
Non-diegetic.
Soundtrack.
What is non-diegetic?
Zeth got it with soundtrack. Zeth on the board with 100 points. Here, hold on.
I thought it was 100 points. It had to be simple.
Yeah, it had to be simple. Okay, Zeth on the board with 100 points. Zeth, it is now your board. Where do you want to go?
Give me code creators for 200.
Code creators for 200. A type of loop and programming continues until
While
a
loop.
specific.
What is a file loop?
Zeth got it incorrect.
What is a
but
while loop?
That's okay because Kobe got it first before
Let's
you were
go.
able
He didn't say
to
what
answer.
is.
So
Do I have to say what is? Because you
You
said
do.
file loop,
Oh!
so like, that technically...
you
He said file loop, though.
what did you say?
File.
I thought I said for loop is what I was trying to say, but I talked too fast. But it wasn't that anyway.
I said file. File loop.
Did
It
you
was a
just
for loop.
what did you say?
And then after I said what is...
Okay.
What is a while
You have to say what is, but none of us have been doing it, so I thought I could sneak out his cheeky victory if he said it and then I said what is a thing. But now he knows. He's gonna
Wait,
start
do we
doing
have
No.
to say what is? I feel
You
like...
do?
Yes,
That's
you
what
do.
he said.
Yes, you do. Answer in the form of a question.
it. No one has
You
been answering the
will-
form of the question.
You will not get the points, and luckily for Zeth, he answered second, so he doesn't get any points deducted because Kobe, you answered so quickly. So he's all set.
Wait,
You're
if
on
you
the
answer
board,
wrong, do you get points
700. Kobe,
Good, good.
where do you want
I
to
was
go?
going to get robbed. I would love to go Mechanics Masters for 300.
Mechanic Masters for 300, a term for a game environment that changes each time it is played.
What is a dynamic environment?
That is incorrect, Zeth. You just lost 300
Wait,
points.
you lose for guessing?
Yes, you lose.
That doesn't
for
seem
guessing.
fair.
Well, just don't be wrong.
Well, for comedic sake, should we be able to throw out dumb shit? I feel like that's better for the podcast. I guess the lower my
Well,
number, the
I'm
better it is for the podcast. A term
What
for
is
a
a
game
day-night
environment that...
cycle?
No, that's bullshit.
That is also
Environment
incorrect,
that-
Kobe. You are also down 300 points.
See how fast he wants to take away my points?
Damn.
I'm overheating over
My
here. I'm
bad.
getting fucking frustrated.
Okay. Now, whose board was it last time?
That's not a good look.
Kobe's been winning all the time, so he just guessed one.
Okay,
he just
Kobe.
he just picked.
Still your board. Where do you want to go?
Let's go Mechanics Masters 400.
Mechanics Masters
100.
for 400. When the player has to plan the use of limited items and materials.
What is resource management?
Correct. Zeth back on the board with.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
For our supreme leader.
Yes.
When we both don't get it, can you answer it? Because I think the listeners would really like to hear if they were correct.
what was the previous one? What was the previous
True.
question?
The environment that changes.
Oh, that is procedural generation. Proc gen.
Oh, okay.
Every time it is played, an environment that changes, procedural generation. That was actually given out as a gimme towards Zeth because, he's actually working.
Well, I've never done procedural generation. I've only done random generation.
Okay.
Can I get sound waves
like I
for
should've known
3?
that.
Oh, sorry. Get sound waves for 300. That's what I was
Sound
gonna say.
waves for 300. A term for adjusting the volume levels of different audio tracks.
What is mixing?
What is an audio slider?
No, Zeth is correct with what is mixing. Mixing is the correct answer, and Zeth is on the board with 500 points. Kobe with 400.
still on the board.
Zeth, where do you want to go?
I'm liking.
Can I get sound waves for 400?
Sound waves for 400. The person who composed the iconic music for the Super Mario series.
I do not know this. No researching. I see your second monitor.
No. Oh.
Hands off.
You guys love when I do this
Just
shit.
hands. Just hands.
I know it's not. This is me spitball. I know it's not Miyamoto. I don't know who fucking did it though.
I don't know.
Mario
actually don't know.
Luigi-san.
This is-
I think it's Mario Luigi-san,
I'm not gonna-
but I have no guess. No
I
guess.
don't want to guess because I'm going to lose points.
Yeah.
I refuse to lock in a guess here.
What's the
I
answer?
just
Okay, the answer was kanji kondo. Kanji kondo. I
was gonna say that.
I was close with Mario Luigi-san. That was pretty good.
So nobody guessed, so nobody loses any points. So if you don't want to lose points, don't guess. Everybody's set to go. Zeth, still your board. Where do you want to go?
Sound waves 500.
Sound waves for 500
Jesus.
is the effect when sound waves are compressed moving
What is a
towards...
sonic boom?
Incorrect.
What is the Doppler effect?
Are you going to deduct multiple times he does this? Is he losing 1,000 points?
Nope, he already lost 500 and he cannot take
Okay, so his
another
guesses
guess.
don't count now. All
Yep.
right.
So
Effects when
Zeth,
sound waves are compressed, moving towards, making a high-pitched noise. No, I got nothing on this one.
Wait, so I don't get 2 guesses. I only get 1, and then I'm wrong.
if you get one and you're wrong, then that's it. And then anything else that you answer is not going to be counted towards the score, which is unfortunate for you, Kobe, because you were
Yeah.
correct
second
in your
one was-
second answer, which is
I thought
correct.
that
The
too.
Doppler effect. Zeth did not answer it, so he does not get the points. But Zeth, it is still your board. Where do you want to go?
Did he get minus 500?
Yes, he did. You are at minus negative 100 right now because you were deducted 500 points. Zeth, where do you want to go?
Pixel perfect for 100.
Pixel perfect for 100. The term for the art style that uses small, detailed...
What is pixel art?
Zeth is
What is
correct.
pixel art? Oh, damn. That was
With-
easy.
600 points. 700 points above his nearest contestant, which is Kobe, the only other contestant. Okay,
He's
Zeth.
shaking in his boots. Give me that Code Crusader. Can I have Code Crusaders for 400?
Code Crusaders for 400. The full version of API.
Oh. What is application product identification?
That is incorrect. Zeth, you have the opportunity to respond if you would like.
I'll do one of
Okay,
these.
the
Shouldn't have
correct
guessed,
answer we
right?
were looking for is application programming
Application.
interface. Very close.
Don't. I was so
Interface.
close. I was
So
so
I
close.
thought your eye you were
guessed-
giving up. You were like, interstate, highway. I'm like, that cannot be correct. You're just throwing shit out there. I was trying to give you like a chance to get it back. All right, let's go lower masters for 200.
Lore Masters for 200. You confuse me. Mechanic Masters or
Lore
Lore
Legends?
Legends?
Got him. Lore Legends.
Lore
Let's
Legends
go a different
for
category.
200. A narrative technique that allows players to make choices that affect the story's outcome.
What is a choose your own adventure?
I will take that answer for 200, Kobe. You are up to -3.
What was the one you were?
The answer that I was exactly looking for is a branching story or branching narrative. Yeah, but that's fine. That's perfect. Kobe, it is now your board. Where do you want to go?
Yes. Let's go. Code Crusaders for 300, please.
Code Crusaders for 300. The term for a reusable solution to a commonly occurring problem in software design.
I
Brain
don't
fried.
know.
I don't I feel like I know how to do things more than I know what those things are
Software
called.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Software design. Yep, no hands.
No, I got. Well, I just mean I don't know this one. That's my sign language I do now on the podcast when I'm lost and confused. I'm old man bumbling around. He
think
did
if
it
you
again. He
say,
said he's
"Oh, no."
old.
Sorry, what was that?
No. I pass.
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 The answer we were looking for
Pass.
is programming design pattern or something of that like. So a design pattern.
Damn.
I could have
wouldn't
fumbled
notice
way
that.
into it, but I'm not losing 300 points to fumble. So I was like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
who knows? Could be anything.
You are 900 points above Kobe right now, just so you know. Kobe, I think it is still your board.
Let's go Code Crusaders for 100, please.
Code Crusaders for 100, the primary programming language used.
What is C#?
What is C+?
Okay, I heard Kobe start talking first. Zeth, you're fucking wrong. What the fuck was that?
Oh,
What
he went
is
first.
C+?
He went first. C sharp.
That is a good question. What
It's a
is
plus,
C+?
It's a plus side.
What is C+?
Kobe,
I don't know code at all, dude.
Kobe is correct. It is C#. What is C# is the correct answer. I just subtracted 100 points from you. Sorry. You should be at negative 200 instead of
It's
negative
okay. You don't need to apologize.
Okay. It is your board. You are at negative 200 now. Kobe, where do you want to go?
What is Mechanics Masters for 500?
You have to ask what category is.
I'm
A
in that
mechanic
mood.
that involves players interacting with the game environment in a realistic gravity and weight.
What is a
physics-based
simulation game?
Zeth got it correct with what is a physics-based game. With 500
Damn.
points, Zeth is increasing his lead, which he is now at 1,100. And Kobe, is at a measly negative 200 points.
Jesus Christ.
Where do you
Still
want to
a
go?
lot, right?
Give me a Pixel Perfect for 200.
Pixel Perfect for 200. When you have a 2D object existing in
What
a
is
3D
2.5D?
What is a billboard?
Zeth is correct again with
Damn.
2.5D. Damn. Increasing his lead even more. 1,300.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't get
Where do you wanna go?
any points deducted.
Can I get the same category? 300. Pixel
300.
Perfect.
Pixel Perfect. The go-to tool for creating pixel art.
What is
Ace
Sprite?
Bright. What is Ace Bright? Yeah.
Zeth is correct, but Kobe spoke
What?
first.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's
Kobe.
Kobe.
Yes.
Hold up. Give me a second.
I've
Is
outpixeled the
back
master.
on the board with a positive number.
You know what I thought too? My first thought was Photoshop. I'm like, he's not gonna say, it's gonna be the other one. And I was like, it's not Aspire, it's something. Like, fuck, my brain's too slow.
Kobe on the board with 100 points.
Yes.
Where do you want to go, Kobe?
I would love to go Pixel Perfect for 500.
Pixel Perfect for 500. This game by Supergiant Games featured a hand-painted
shit.
art style and was released in 2020.
It's so obvious, but I don't know what's the problem with indie developers. The names are always like, big fish, small pond, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know these guys' names. 2020. We're talking about 4 years ago. The 2020 feels like, what came out recently? No. Like,
I will
Team Cherries make.
I will give you guys a hint because it seems you're struggling a little bit. The sequel came out recently in early access. So
It's not Darkest Dungeon. That's not them. Early access. Oh, people are screaming at their Zunes. Their Zoom. What is that? Old MP3
The
player?
Zoom calls. People
Yeah,
are
the Zoom-
screaming
no, oh, yeah,
their
the Zoom calls.
meeting.
Yeah, true.
What could this be? I don't play games, so that's why
Listeners,
it's
I'm in my
just
mind
games.
palace right now. Time moves slower here, so if I come out with a giant bushy beard, that's because I'm thinking. All right.
One day in Zeth's mind is 100 years on Earth.
Super giant.
Damn,
games.
I'm gonna pass, I
hand-painted
don't
art
know.
style. He even gives you a hint there. It's hand-painted. Oh my
Yeah,
god, I'm
definitely
getting crucified for
not
not knowing this. I guess I give up for the sake of the podcast. Keep it rolling.
Kobe, do you pass?
I pass.
The game is called Hades. Hades 2 was recently released.
Oh,
in
yeah,
early
yeah.
access. Supergiant Games, the developers behind Hades, the popular game. Nobody loses any points.
Game of the year.
Nobody loses any points. Everybody's still set. Zeth, still your board. Where do you want to go?
No, I think it was Colby's board.
Kobe
took.
right? Or
Yeah, he took the 500 because
what
I've been going
is-
down.
Yeah. What is Lore Legends for? Oh no.
What is Lore Legends?
Lore Legends for 500, please.
Lore Legends.
Pull it together,
for
Biden. You can do
500.
this.
Pitch it or ditch it. Okay, this is very
is
much
this?
like so this is a completely original idea. So you
doesn't seem
have
like it.
you each have points. Kobe, you have 100 points. And Zeth,
Yep.
you have 1,300 points. Zeth, you are able to bet up to 1,300. Kobe, you're able to bet up to 500 points. And if you lose, then
Whoa.
you're gonna lose. You're gonna go into the negative 400 if you lose a 500.
Okay, let's gamble it.
You guys
roll.
can both go ahead and send me how much you want to bet right now,
Oh,
and that's gonna be set
should I
in
have
stone.
said that out loud?
No. Send it to me during DM.
Okay. I was gonna bring up
So it meant to
Photoshop
be
and draw it
secret?
like in a different game I've seen, and then I got to the screen.
No!
But then you'd be like, all right, show what you've been betting, and I just started racing, like, I didn't bet anything. I didn't bet anything.
No. Go ahead and send me how much you want to bet, and
Yep.
I will tell you what you have to do after you want.
After you decide how much you're betting. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, even numbers, right? You don't want 250 or something.
No, you can do
635.
You can do odd.
Oh, you can do. Okay.
You can do whatever. But I do have to do the mental math in my head, so just be nice to me,
All right. I can't put decimals. Is this a float value? I get questions like that.
No, I'm doing all the calculations in my head. So if there's some problems, sorry, my bad.
Okay. I think the gap is wide enough to... that 1 point is not going to change things.
Okay. So, right now, you both are currently working on different projects. You both are going to... You guys can both be correct or can both win points. It's not mutually exclusive whether who wins or who loses.
Let's do it together, Kobe.
But what I want you to do is I want you to give me a 60-second pitch, an elevator pitch, for your current project. And I am going to be judging, me personally, because I'm the number one dev. You guys are fighting for, my affection, right? Okay. Yeah, you are going... I am going to be judging... I'm going to be judging the pitch, not necessarily the game idea itself. But, I mean, if it's a good pitch, you get the points. If it's a bad pitch, you lose the points. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes to prepare. 3, 2, 1, stop.
Pencils down.
Okay.
Do you guys want to make a gently agreement about who goes first, or do you guys want to pick a random number?
Or
pick a number one.
Podcast third.
Let's pick a random number. I don't want to be a gentleman.
Okay, I have a number in my head. Go ahead. What's your number, Zeth?
Is it between 1 and 10, or is it just...
Yeah, 1 and 10.
Okay. Are you closest? Because if we're going closest...
Closest.
You're giving me such an edge for going first, right? Because you should just say 5 every time. 5.
Okay, Kobe.
6.
Zeth, you go first. Zeth, with your pitch. You have control of the timer, so you go ahead and start it, and then launch your pitch whenever you're ready.
I can do Kobe's timer too. All right. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm pitching to
Whoa.
vaguely an investor.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, I thought you started.
Vaguely.
I was like, whoa, hey. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some extra time now. If anything, I probably want less time. I don't know if I can talk for a minute. All right. Far Gun Frontier is a top-down roguelike, which I know what you're thinking. It's a roguelike. There's so many of them out there. What makes yours different? And the answer is that so many roguelikes are getting so lost in the weeds and trying to create all this gunk and do all these crazy things, be the flavor of the week. I think there's so much interesting value there in just making a game with fun, interesting combat, cool enemies, weapons that are designed by the community. All these things I'm doing in Far Gun Frontier. And I think there's so much more room to explore in terms of what a roguelike really is. I'm cutting out all level design and instead focusing on these rooms and these interesting enemies and these interesting items. Too many indie games are trying to follow like these multiplayer games or trying to do different genres that are totally spiraling out of control nowadays. I feel like the best way to do it is to jump in and really focus on game design and make games fun while also still being art. They don't have to be pretentious. I can share what I'm doing in life and apply it to a game in interesting ways. Without it being pretentious, let's make art. Let's make games art. I got it. That's it. That's all I got. That was bad.
Okay.
I think that was
This
really
is hard,
good,
dude.
actually.
I don't know why.
make
You start like a
games
timer,
art.
and I'm like, I get like nervous.
Okay. Kobe, just let know,
Alright.
Zeth,
Yeah.
whenever you're ready.
Whew. 1 minute. 1 minute. That's it. Go over to screen. Nope. Go to live. Nope. Go to game. All right. I have a few tabs opened. We ready?
Well, you could
Ready.
just have yourself up. I mean, Zeth already has a timer, right?
Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay. I got you. Damn, he
Okay.
has visuals.
I'm ready.
All right,
I've got
you want me to
visuals.
count you down?
I've got visuals. All right, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3,
Three.
2, 1.
Awesome. So this untitled FPS game is an ambitious project. It is pretentious, and it is also multiplayer. The point of this is a movement shooter. If you see our other guy on here, he's obviously set up the multiplayer. We can crouch, we can sprint, we can dash in the air, we can slide on walls. It's actually insane. We can shoot our other player, and our health is going down, which is insane. Crazy, never seen before. But what is also never seen before is a new mechanic. This is our guy hiding behind a wall. He's calling him a loser, and he's moving because it's a movement shooter game. Next minute, he uses his quantum shift mechanic, and now he can phase through the walls, and his bullets can phase through the walls, and he's so handsome and talented. and he's still calling him a loser because he's stupid. And then the bullet hits him, and he literally dies. So that's my game. Movement shooter, ambitious, multiplayer, pretentious, no pixel art. More indie games should be pretentious because no one cares about some random passion project.
Kobe. Okay.
The game didn't seem pretentious at all. I don't know. Pretentious is like Journey. It's like, oh, who knows what this is the meaning. That seems like fun.
Oh, do you want to critique each other's?
Oh, you're trying to take me.
Yeah, critique each other's. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the visuals are so much better. I should have just had the thing up in the background, but then I had a timer, so I don't know. But yeah, you know what's weird? Do you feel this as soon as you start the timer, you're like, I just feel like anxiety. I'm like, I wrote all this stuff down. I'm like, I'm not gonna say any of this shit. It's dumb.
Yeah. I wrote some stuff down as well. It was just like useless.
I think it's good to show a mechanic. Actually, I think that's pretty smart. We're like, is that real mechanic in your game, by the way?
I'm gonna add it, but no.
That's the best answer you can give. That's like an E3 presentation. Like, well, it's gonna be in the game eventually.
It's gonna be in the game. Can I be honest? Well, no, I won't be honest. I'll tell you guys later. But that mechanic, I kind of like thought of on the spot. And I was like, oh, okay, that might be actually really cool because I was thinking of like what to make my game unique. I was talking to Henry about it, and I was initially gonna give that. I was initially gonna like make the game for something else, and then I kind of just like didn't want to do it anymore, and just had it as a template for like if I wanted to make an FPS multiplayer in the future. So that's not my actual like game I'm working on. I'm working on a secret game that I can't tell anyone.
Gotcha. But I think the way you approach that pitch makes a lot of... Oh, sorry. I think the way you approach that pitch, though, makes a lot of sense. Because you're like, this is a mechanic, and this is what makes my game interesting from other games. I should have leaned into that with... Because I wanted to be like, oh, I'm trying to just make a game that's like sort of meat and potatoes, roguelike. But then the interesting things are like the creative parts of my game. But it's like, well, I didn't talk about that. I didn't talk about there's a cat and you do a devil deal. Like, I didn't talk... It's like, oh, shit, that should have been like... Oh, there's like a skeleton in a trench coat, and he falls over, and it's two little skeletons in one. It's like, that's where I should lean in to be like, that's the fun stuff, not like by pretentious I just meant like I got lost in the weeds there, so fuck, I wish I could just you were just say shit and you're like, why'd I say that, like well just keep going with it. You're like, I fucking can't get rid of this now, this is awful. Like I felt like that was one of those awful YouTube takes. You're like, delete that, no one has to see that, and Henry's like, clip it.
Clip it, make it into a short, package it.
But I do feel like I got better at my own thing there after that. Fuck.
Yours went so smoothly when you were talking. I feel like it felt like you were recording a YouTube video or like a short.
I felt myself after 10 seconds being like, what am I saying again? That's as far as I can go for any YouTube audio. You get 10 seconds in, you're like, all right, stop again.
Stop. Called a new line.
But I think the example thing is smart.
Yeah. I think the visuals really help. That was the first thing I thought of, was like, I need visuals, because my game is like right now is just bare bones template. There's nothing interesting about that. So I had to like kind of lean into what might make it interesting in the future. Obviously it's a down the track thing, but
that's, if you're talking about pitching to an investor, that would make a lot of sense. Like you have to sort of lean into what you're passionate about, even if it's not coded, even if it's not even there at all. You're like, this is the idea. Sometimes it might be better because when you start to code stuff, like the actual real art is in there, and then you're kind of committed to like, this is what it's going to look like. But when it's just drawings, you're like, oh, that could look really cool. You're like, well, it could not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's good. Yeah.
All right, Henry, I think we're
okay. Now the only person's opinion who actually matters, right?
Shut the fuck. Okay. Sorry.
This is a joke. God, why didn't you guys laugh?
Oh, God. No, I was scared you're gonna deduct points.
It's like Henry says something mean, we don't laugh within the first 2 seconds. It's like, you guys fucking laugh already. I was like, all right, we thought it was a joke. It's good. So no one's upset.
Okay. So I think Zeth, you actually did a pretty good summation of what you said. I think that I would have liked to hear more about what your game had to offer and not what other games are doing wrong. I think the thing that perked my ears up, that I was like, oh, that's interesting, was when you said, oh, community-based weapons. And I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. And then you started talking about how other games are doing well. I was like, oh, the most interesting part. Yeah. Would have liked to hear more about how the game design, like the specifics about what game design you're doing that's like really like focused on that, or how you're focusing on game design is what I'm saying. And like
100% agree.
Yeah. Kobe, I think yours was a little bit too memey. I was having a hard time following because yours, I felt like half of it was like, oh, the guy's stupid, now he's dead. And then I heard the term phase shift, and I didn't really understand, even with the visuals, I didn't really understand what that meant, but that sounded interesting. And then, but I didn't get to understand it. You know what I mean? So I felt like I wasn't able to receive as much as you wanted to give.
Okay.
So for both of you, I'm going to give. Oh, but I think yours could work, Zeth, for like a certain type of person. You know what I mean? Like if they're like, yeah, you're right. You know, someone who's really into roguelikes, like, why can't it go back to the simple system? So I
was like, I feel like I was talking to a Redditor at the end. I was like, you know, games suck and they're charging all this money. It's bullshit. You want mine for free? Please
Back
play
in
it.
my
Please,
day,
please.
people just made games that
We're talking like this.
So
I was marketing it to like a young person.
You were Zoomerin.
I don't know.
Boomerin.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen these ads, but they're like kind of just written on a piece of paper or like really poorly designed. I was kind of like going for that angle of like poor design, looked like it was made in like 2 minutes, which it was, and like I don't know, kind of just taking the piss out of it. But
yeah.
that was my kind of target.
What do you say, Henry?
Like,
Where are we at? It's a long diatribe.
So I think we're all winners because now we have a little basis of how to format a pitch. So now you guys are both up. Kobe bet 500 points, the maximum he could bet. He's up to 600, and Zeth bet 301 points. He was at 1,300. Now he's at 1,601 points. I don't remember who had control of the board last time.
I will very generously relinquish it to Kobe if he wants it.
Kobe.
I'll relinquish it generously to Zeth. It's fine. I can't say words.
Pixel perfect for 400.
Pixel perfect for 400. This technique allows for smoother transitions in 2D animations by altering the sprite's appearance. Oh, what the fuck is that? Appearance, rotation, or position.
What is linear interpolation?
I will give you that, Kobe. That is 400 points. You're catching up to Zeth at 1,000 points.
What were you looking for? Was it just...
The answer I was looking for was tweening, but it's basically the same thing as...
It's funny, I didn't get tweening.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like tweening is just taking... Yeah, but anyway. Yeah.
Kobe, where do you want to go? Actually, no, go ahead. What were we going to say, Zeth?
I think, I mean, Godot has its own thing, but tweening is just takes one value and turns it into... interpolates it to another value or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think 2D pixel art, I'm like, I guess so. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know about pixel art. I use it a lot for other stuff.
Yeah, I use it for other stuff too, cameras and stuff.
Yeah. What is Mechanics Masters for 200?
Mechanics Masters for 200.
I keep saying what is, bro.
When small systems interact with each other to build more complex interactions.
Huh.
Oh, I don't want to guess wrong.
True. I feel like there's definitely a way to describe this, but I definitely know it's not the actual name for it.
All right, I just gotta get. All right, what is an ecosystem?
No, that is incorrect. Minus 200 points.
He might be like, that's close enough. Yeah. You gotta guess now, Kobe. You have to. You can't be not guessing. What is this?
I'm gonna pass on that one.
What did you get right?
I guess it doesn't count anyways.
Hold on.
Think about it's for the podcast. You gotta guess.
I'm gonna pass up my opportunity to guess here.
Okay, passing on the opportunity. The answer I was looking for was emergent gameplay. If you think about chess, chess has very simple interactions with each other, but build very complex systems and that you can go in with, and like really super complex systems. Okay.
Did you say emergent or emerging?
Emergent gameplay.
Emergent. Okay. Is it still my choice of the board?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just get Mechanics Masters out of the way. Let's choose that one for 100.
Mechanics Masters for 100. The patented mechanic first introduced in the game Shadow of Mordor.
What is a nemesis system?
Zeth, correct, with the nemesis system back or increased on the board to 1,500. Nemesis system is correct.
How is this? How's that 100? I've never heard of that game before.
Yeah, I got lucky. Well, it's a game.
Where would you like to go on the board?
Let's do lore legends for 100.
Lore legends for 100. The body of work that describes the history, culture, and setting of a game.
What is lore? Right.
Kobe, correct with what is lore?
No way. It could not be that easy, right?
For 100
it was.
is 1100. Very close game. It could be anybody's game.
Very close game.
Very close game.
Coming
Kobe,
back.
where do you want to go?
Let's go lore legends for 300. Please.
Lore legends for 300. The most intense or important.
What is the climax?
Kobe, correct again with what is the climax?
Yo.
Zeth, losing his lead. Only down behind by 101 points. Kobe is at 1400. Zeth is at 1501.
Imagine if it's 100 points.
Kobe,
the 1 point's not going to matter.
Let's go lore legends for 400, please.
Lore legends for 400. The first step into the hero's journey.
What is?
What is all? Is that your final answer?
No, I backed out.
First step in the hero's journey. I don't want to guess beginning because that could be too.
I know that's
easy,
what I was about to
right?
guess too, and I feel like that's no bueno.
The first step in the hero's journey.
The hero's journey, by the way,
Hero's journey is a term.
Yeah, is a very popular story structure, like the 3-act structure. The hero's journey is a different type of structure that does not conform to the 3-act structure, but does have its own structure. And there's 12 different steps, and the first step is called
the hero's step.
Is that a guess?
That's not a guess. No, it wasn't. I didn't.
Take away his
pose
points.
that
Take
as
him
a
away.
question.
Take him away, Henry. I'm calling it right now.
I didn't pose that as a question. I didn't pose that as a question. I was just saying.
That means
as
take
a,
away double.
Funny thing. No. Wait.
Your mic's unmuted.
It can't be. It's like such a
Imagine
nerdy.
Henry just DMs this to you right now. I'd be so mad. I'd be like, you
Yeah.
fucking piece of shit. I got nothing.
think Henry would be the type of person to like nerd out about this, but I think if I don't guess this, I'm gonna lose. So, what is the introduction? It's close enough.
Kobe.
No.
Down to 1,000 points because he got that incorrect. Zeth, would you like to take a stab at it?
It's gonna be some term, so I don't think I know it. I don't think I know it.
Okay, Kobe, still your board. You're at 1,000.
Damn.
For the listeners.
Points. You're not good. The answer was the call to adventure is the first step in the hero's journey.
Call to adventure.
Call to adventure, first step.
Okay.
Kobe,
That's close enough to introduction though.
okay.
Let's be honest.
Actually, you got me.
That'd be like,
1800
what
for
is
Kobe.
this shape? And it's a square, and you guess geometry. You're like, or you just guess shape. You're like, it's a shape. Like, yeah, I know everything's a shape. You're like, yeah, I don't know. It's a start. That's the introduction.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna do sound waves, right?
Sound waves for 200. Kobe, you're not gonna win, but the type of software commonly used for creating digital audio compositions.
What is a DAW?
DAW is correct. Zeth winning the game with 1,701 points. Zeth, you are now officially the second best game developer up here.
Yay!
in the world.
I've always dreamed. Do I get a speech? I always dreamed to be the
go
second best game developer in the podcast.
We didn't catch anything you said after. Like, wait, can I make a speech? And then your internet just cut out. So.
I think I was like, I always dreamed one day of being the second best developer of this podcast. And then Kobe said something. I said, "Shut up, third. You talk when me and Henry are done talking." It was funny, but no one could hear any of that.
So what'd you guys think? I spent some time working.
That was really fun.
Yeah. Thanks,
Dude, no way you did that in like 3 minutes after you woke up from your nap.
That seems a little quick. I don't know.
Yeah, that was really quick. Jam. Oh, did you use Figma for that?
Yeah. The game was done in Figma. That is 100% Figma.
That's crazy, bro.
Are you trolling?
I couldn't even do that.
No,
That's crazy.
Did you do that in Figma?
Yeah, this is Figma. You want to see?
You just I
always thought Figma was just Photoshop Plus.
Sorry, say again.
Me or
Do you connect to a button press? What he said. Then I said I thought it was just Photoshop Plus. I didn't realize there was like cool stuff you could do like this.
No.
Yeah.
Figma.
And you could do that animation, but I didn't realize like how well you could like connect it up with like the clicks and everything.
Yeah. This is
That's
Figma.
really cool.
It's really funny that we're a game dev podcast, and then we do a game, and then after we're done with the game, we talk about making the game for the game dev podcast.
That's just so.
It's like so meta.
Wait, do you want to see? Do you
That's
want to
so
see?
good,
Do you want to see the actual Figma board? How I made it? Hold up, where is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
so
can
this-
imagine how much like stuff there is.
So this is it. So basically, we have these buttons that all, when you click on it, it'll just go to this button. So it doesn't matter what number it is, it'll just automatically switch over. So this is the only screen for the main screen, and I was just manually changing the numbers with my keyboard. So I had to do all the math in my head. And then these are all the questions. See? Here. Ooh, look at that. And I had the answers next to them just to, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
And the reason why I have
Cool.
one empty and one filled next to it is because this is actually for the animation. So in order to get that, here I could show again.
Twinning effect. Twinning effect.
Yeah. To get this pause and then it goes up and slows down, you have to have a copy and have the text lower. I lowered the text and then I also faded out the opacity. So that's why it's at 0% opacity. But yeah, this is
okay.
all Figma using the prototype feature. Boop. And here are the.
That's really cool.
Here are the connections.
Heck yeah.
Dude. Wait, so you were lying when you said you were watching Dino for the entire thing?
Yes, but I wasn't lying about being tired. I was fucking tired.
I am dying.
I am dying right now, and yeah.
Damn.
But yeah,
Tell.
it's good. I'm glad you guys like that. I was trying to
like
be
that very much.
energetic, and that was good. We didn't really get to talk about anything that we were up to. So what's up with you guys?
Dude, I just participated in a fun episode of Overscoped. I don't know if you guys heard about the podcast, but it was pretty fun.
Well, you actually have a lot to talk about because you're quitting your game. Did we talk about this on the episode? I don't think we ever talked about this in an episode.
No,
that you had a
I
game
didn't.
with the shopping cart thing, and that you're walking away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You try to talk you not.
I'm walking away from it.
Well, I try to talk you not. Go ahead.
Yeah. You did try, and then Henry was doing the opposite. He was trying not to. That's funny. Henry was saying, yeah, you should let go of it. I think he just... I was seeing the game for what it was, and I was like not blinded by my progress anymore, the amount of time I spent on it. I'm just like, okay, it's fine. Like, I learned some stuff from it. I feel like I did learn quite a bit from it. I got better at programming. So I did spend like 8 months doing it. So you would hope you would get better at programming something for 8 months. But yeah, just honestly, I said this take on Overscoped a while ago, but I said it was more fun making a project that you've already done like a lot of progress in.
Up to a point, right? And then you go.
Yeah. I want to take back. I want to apologize for all the viewers that were like up in arms about that take.
Demanding.
That awful take. Yeah. And I would like to publicly say I do not support that take anymore. I prefer making a game like at the start. I started 2 games. One is the secret one, and one is like, the one I pitched.
I just want to say, I would expect them. They're gonna expect you to have takes like that when you're coming in last place, on the Overscoped Jeopardy. Not Jeopardy. What is it? Knock or Bach? I forgot the game was.
No way.
No.
I don't know how you feel about this opinion, but I think it's good that that Kobe quit, because if you don't have a vision for the game, like where is it gonna go? Like you don't even know what the game is. Like why are you wasting your time there trying to like figure it out? Unless you're like. That's something that you want to practice, is like bringing a game to fruition. But at that point, like I felt like Kobe got everything he wanted out of it, and the game didn't seem to be going in a place or any place because Kobe didn't know where to take it. So that's why I was advocating for him to stop.
That's kind of true. I also would say sometimes you have an idea for a game, and then as you develop it, you get pulled in different directions. And there you have 2 choices, I think, because sometimes you get to the end of a bad alleyway is how it feels, or a dead end. And you're like, well, there's really nothing I can do here as an indie developer. Like you almost were leaning into, by the end, it seemed kind of like Mario Kart-esque, but it was single player, right? At the time?
Yeah, I was like thinking, I had thoughts of adding multiplayer as well, but
right.
I also was like, oh, let's have a single player and then have a multiplayer aspect by adding like a leaderboard. But
And that changed
like,
drastically from before, because it used to be you were overcooking it a little, like the game Overcooked, where it's like you're getting
yeah,
some kind of like challenges done in a certain amount of time and things are getting wacky and out of control. And that seemed like almost thrown out the window by the time I had seen it last.
yeah, 100%. I commented out like all that logic and everything because it just I got to the point and I was playing through the game myself and I wasn't enjoying it. Like I was trying to give the perspective of like a new player as well, and I just didn't see how it would be like too interesting. Like it was just like really mindless.
Yeah, I hear you on that. That's the hardest part with game development, is finding something fun, and by the time you get to the end, it feels like you have this idea and this is beautiful like plant and it's amazing and it's coming in this little like a potted plant is how it feels when you have an idea. And then you start to make the idea, and the process of making the idea is like taking the potted plant out and then trying to plant it into the ground, and like the roots are fucking dying, it's withering, it's falling apart, and then you're like, you finally get into the ground and like you sleep and you wake up the next morning and you see like a plant lying there dead, and you're like, this is what you're gonna spend the next 2 years of your life developing. You're like, no, let's just go get another potted plant and try to see if we can make this thing. And I think maybe the potted plant idea is you find a game you really like and you think, well, how can I make my version of this or something interesting based off of that? But then by the time you develop it, yeah, a lot of times it just withers. So, which is tricky. So you can either totally scrap it or you can try to roll it back, but then you end up with so much code. It's like, what are you supposed to do with this stuff?
Yeah, I did end up using some of the code for like other projects as well because it was like really, like it was really well written. I was really good at writing it, but I could use some of the code like I don't know, like the pause menus and like really general stuff.
No, for sure.
But
100%.
what's been going on with you though? Is it?
Well, Henry, did you feel any certain way about that? Like, you're pro him walking away, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I thought it was good. Sorry, I was a little tired. I'm tired. I'm just.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted, before we totally walk away from the Kobe stuff. So now, instead of that, what's the vision? I'm wondering if you have a strong vision for I know we talked about the game a little bit and you showed a little bit of it now, but like, a movement shooter multiplayer, and then are you going to add this wall shooting thing? Is that like all part of the plan now?
Quantum phasing.
Quantum phasing.
Yeah, you
I
said
think it's
that.
important to have.
What it? I didn't even understand that. What was that?
I thought of the idea from like the finals. There's this one like thing in the finals where you can kind of like get rid of the wall in like a certain section.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of like adding a certain ability on like cooldown thing to that as well. And honestly, I just wanted to have like I wanted to make a multiplayer Steam game, so I had like all the support for it for another project if I want to go down the line with like a more complex one. And this one I wanted to like set out really simply and have like a good template for, you know, in the future. But I started developing that one, and then it was like doing all well and good, and then I had like another vision at the same time, and now I really want to work on this like second vision. I want to talk about it, but I want to keep it a secret as well.
I feel you on that. It's very hard you're trying to rein in the creative craziness. Try to focus on one thing if you can.
Yeah, and just so you know, you viewers aren't really confused. The secret, the reason why I keep it a secret is because us three and a few others as well are doing like a Secret Santa game project, and that one's for that. And I have like a really cool vision for that, and I want to, you know, make a good game for that one as well. So I can't say anything about it, otherwise I'll spoil the secret, you know.
Sort of unrelated, but you talked about this quantum thing being in the finals or something sort of vaguely related to it, something like it. And it had me thinking, like, I didn't play the finals, but I played a lot of Apex back in the day. Like, Henry, you did. Kobe, did you play any Apex?
No.
Okay, but you know of Apex to some extent.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to ask, like, Henry, what do you think are like the core mechanics or interesting design decisions that are happening in Apex? I feel like you list off a lot of things that I'm thinking.
Movement,
unique characters,
base abilities, yeah.
Well, you kind of actually said movement there, right? So what would you say with movement, right?
Just like the sliding, like it's a lot of like momentum based stuff. So you have like the wall hopping, which is more like a higher tech stuff. But I feel like everything is really momentum based.
Momentum based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And then the hero stuff and the weapons, and it's like squad based. Pinging was big. I think that game really made pinging big.
That
but then I thought about it. I was like,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No. If you got something on that,
I was just like, it was just crazy that pinging, like nobody ever did pinging, and Fortnite actually took pinging from Apex, right? And then like everybody plays Fortnite, so everybody started taking pinging from Fortnite. But Apex was the original game that had pinging. I was like, yo, this is such an ingenious idea. I don't know why nobody else had thought about it before. I mean, there's like other strategy games that had done it before, but usually when you're playing like a multiplayer game, like that, like a shooter, like you never see that. Yeah. And it was just like, it seems like such an obvious thing for Apex to do to add pinging. It's just crazy.
Yeah, well, it didn't make sense before we had for the most part, it didn't make too much sense before we had permadeath. Once we introduced permadeath, it felt way more important. Like even if your players can spam pings, they're more valuable than like imagine Call of Duty like a deathmatch mode with pinging. You're like, stop pinging me, stop. Where this one kid is just pinging like, oh, they're over here. You'd be like, you got to stop doing this. Yeah. But with permadeath, it made a lot of sense. But yeah, and the pinging stuff is crazy. I think back in the day, remember Fortnite was known for just stealing everything from everyone else's games. I don't know if they still have that rap anymore. They're more just like this. Feels like this marketplace for every IP ever to be in. Yeah. But early on, when the Battle Royale was sort of starting, Apex was in the front of that, I think, 2017. Yeah, PUBG, yeah. But one interesting thing that I never think about for Apex, if I'm thinking about if I was designing that game, not that I can do any of 3D stuff, but whatever, if I'm thinking about what it is to be Apex, it's very unique that you can climb up every fucking wall. And now I think about it, I was like, yeah, the game has so much verticality because people are climbing. I wonder for them that was like some sticky point. Like, we want the players to be able to get to these places, climb really high. And as a player, you're like, well, I don't know, I guess you can climb. It's not that big a deal. But it feels like a core pillar and like some stuff, and you just overlook it because it feels good and you don't think too much about it. It's like if it stood out, that'd be bad, almost in a weird way.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that when you talk about having a quantum shooting or something like that. I was like, I wonder if it felt like second nature, that'd be a good place to be, where you're like, oh yeah, I guess that's in this game. I don't think too much about it.
In the finals, I don't feel like it's very like integrated into the core gameplay of the finals, just because it's only like one ability for one class. You know?
Yeah.
And
right. I meant for Kobe if he's making it a.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I also did want to. In real time revamp what I said. There's a shit ton of like first person shooters that had pinging before Apex, but I don't know. It just felt maybe it's just the battle royale genre.
It felt very novel at the time for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Not one original idea. How would you even track like an idea back to its original basics? If you think of that, like someone somewhere has made a game that introduced some mechanic, and maybe someone else saw it. But
you see
almost always the most unique new stuff is in a game no one cares about. It's like, what? Who cares? That game sucks. And the same true with music. Everything that's innovative, it's like it's just very rare that it hits innovation and also it's good.
Yeah. It's strange because I feel like that happens a lot in UX, right? Like UX is like really built on like working off of each other's work. But like a few years ago, nobody had like an icon for like AI, right? But now everybody has the same icon. It's like the three,
true.
It's like the three little stars. Yeah, the stars, right? That's like so common. But I like, who came up with that? You know, it's interesting to think about. Zeph, you don't know about the AI?
You say for AI?
Yeah, an icon.
3 stars?
Yeah, it's like these 3 little stars. Boom, boom, boom. And that's supposed to indicate that it's AI.
This?
No, that's
no.
AI star?
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
These little stars. Yeah. The little sparkle.
I've never seen this.
Yeah. I feel like people started using that everywhere. And I saw this tweet where it's like, this person, I'm assuming designer, was like, yo, can we stop using the star for all AI stuff? I was like, no, that's not the way that works. If something catches like the mainstream and it is good and everybody agrees on it, like it should be used. Like you shouldn't go out of your way to not use it just because you want to be different, you know?
Yeah, true.
And I think it's like time-based waves as well. I'm thinking of like oversimplification and like how all the back in like the, I guess, 2010s and stuff, it was all gradients and it was all like kind of 3D-esque stuff, and then the tail end of the 2010s, it started just becoming flat, and it's just flat now as well, and like simplified as well. I wonder if that's gonna happen like with games. If games are gonna follow like a certain style over time as well, or if that's like, or if I'm just waffling here.
What do you? I feel like games like are so different because like they take so long to make. You know, and I guess programs take a long time to make too. But I feel like you can more easily change a program than you can change a game because programs are like websites and stuff are meant to be like living, right? You don't just make a website and then just leave it. You like build upon it as the time goes. But games, you don't really do that. Like there are live service games.
I guess updates.
Yeah. But even with live service games, like you're not changing the fundamental core of a.
Yeah. You can't just like change the entire like style of it as time goes.
Yeah. Unless you're like trying. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I feel like if I ever get a game on Steam, I'm gonna be one of those guys that's like, he's still updating it, because I feel like I'd be like, oh, I just don't want it to be bad. It's like, yeah, I'd be panicking and.
That'll be good. I feel like people care. People care about that.
Yeah.
Like when was the last time you updated the game?
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but then I also could imagine a world where like the game comes out and there's like an initial whatever the fans care, and then like the first 3 updates people care, and then the 4th one's like no one cares. You're like, all right, make a 5th one. You're like, no one even cared about the 4th one. Like, that would feel bad.
I could see that. But you're talking about.
I think.
Go ahead. Okay. You're talking about like even if it's like low, like so like one person like looking and seeing like, oh, it was updated like a month ago. It's like, oh, it's pretty new, and it's pretty old. So it's like, oh, I'll probably buy it if they're still updating it. You know, is everything okay?
I just had a brain blast. We've never seen a YouTuber do that. Every YouTuber that makes games does one of like 3 or 4 things, right? It's always like, I don't know how many things, but it's like you make a devlog about your game that's going to come out, and then the game kind of comes out and you move on to your next game. Or you make videos about games that are never supposed to come out, like Ocarina of Time and Unreal Engine. And then maybe some other type of genre of video. But I'm sure there's a couple others. But I don't know any person I watch right now that's like, I made a game and I released it, and then the next devlog is like, I don't know how much money. I'm such a noob on this shit. I don't know how much money it costs to patch Steam games to do like little updates. But how hard would it be to be like, I did 3 devlogs, and that 3rd devlog, it's like this update, everything you just see, like all this stuff is on the game right now. If you already have the game, it's free or something. Like I feel like we never see anyone do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, like after devlogs.
Yeah, because the reason why you don't keep updating games after the fact is that you lost that momentum. But as a YouTuber, we create artificial momentum all the time by saying like, you know, I made Ocarina of Time and Unreal.
I don't know if you know, but like most of my videos are like, oh, I made this game and then it's over. And then at the end, I always go, but I updated it, you know? And that was like going to be one of my plans for one of my videos is like going through all of my old games and saying like, oh, I updated this game, I updated that game. But I ended up not doing that because, I don't know, my focus is bad.
I'm surprised we don't see more of it though, because it does seem like it builds so well into community building, which is everything the YouTube stuff does well.
Yeah. I think Jonas Tyroller. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
No.
Is that the guy? Yeah.
He made the Will You Snow. Like he made something similar.
The tower game as well, or no?
Yeah. He also made a Tower Fall or a Throne Fall. Throne Fall. That's the name of the game.
Throne Fall.
Yeah, and he made a video saying like, oh, we're working on the in-game editor, and he sort of did like an update video like what you were talking about, and then he actually showcased a lot of the community made maps, and I thought that was interesting. But
that is cool. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I like that.
Yeah,
as soon as you said that, I was like, it clicks, because it's like, I think anything community based is like really cool when the viewers get to like comment, they get to interact, and they can be in the next video especially. It's like really cool. Just depends on like, you know, how interactive your community is, I guess. But I was gonna say as well, like linking into this, I think a game dies after it stops getting like its last update. And then like the player base kind of just fizzles out over time.
Unless it's multiplayer.
Yeah, unless it's multiplayer. But yeah, and then they
shouldn't a great game like stand the test of time? I know there's so many games out there, but you'd hope you'd make something that was like, it doesn't have to be more. It can be an isolated experience. I think story games have a little bit of that. I mean, I'm sure people forget about them and then move on. But I'm imagining like a top 10 list of like cool games, and it's like, this game is really impactful. Like, it doesn't have to be updated, or maybe it shouldn't even be updated. But we don't deal in that. Yeah. We don't really deal in that kind of game, honestly. None of us are big storytelling developers.
I was thinking initially of like Minecraft.
I knew you were gonna disagree.
Like, It's
No,
like got a lot of updates over time though, but and then I was like, oh, Stardew Valley.
Hold on, Kobe. Number one's trying to speak over there. Let him talk.
Dude, I care about story a lot. What do you mean? I feel like
you do.
Yeah, the story is like one of. I feel like I haven't been able to work on a project that's like big enough to dive into that. But even like my two most sizable projects, which would be the card game, the Goetia game, I feel like there was an attempt of adding in story there, right, with the text, but I mean it's not much. But the other one, which is the Arrow's Nexus game, I had like voice actors and I had like a little scene set up, and it was like a shitty story. It didn't really make any sense, but like those were both like game jam projects. But I still wanted to like force in like to add in like a story somewhere, and I feel like you also to some extent have that too, right? Like you always have like some sort of lore in the background. In your game.
I have some sort of vague lore, but what I'm saying is that like if you focus on a game, you work in a game that's like a story, because you're in such a good position, Henry, because you do like voice acting, you do lean into that stuff more. But like if you have that movement game with the hands and all the animations you're doing, but if you really focus on like a couple little level design things and some story plots of like something happening, I feel like you could tell a story and make a game so much shorter, because at that point, I've bought so many games for like $3-4 on Steam, and it's literally like 2 or 3 hours, and it's like has something really deep and meaningful. And like sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm too lazy to refund, so they get the money. And also I'm a developer, so I want to, But what I'm saying is that like that seems like a path you can go, and you're always getting on me like, hey, Zeth, how come you're not releasing your game on Steam, or how you're getting close to that? It's like, because I have so many systems. It's all systems. It's like you need so many guns and so many mods, and the shop has to work, and so many bosses, so many enemies. It's like that's the part that slows everything down, because you have to draw so much stuff and make things unique and interesting, and all of a sudden like one bad enemy can make everything seem not fun. But you're in a way better position if you're telling a story where it's like, I mean, you want the story to hit, but that's kind of the main focus that you're on. It seems more compact.
Yeah. With my game, with the hand game.
Well, you haven't pulled the trigger on. I don't know if you're doing a story based thing with the parkour one. I feel like you have a couple different what is it, like things in the fire or whatever. You have a bunch of different projects going at the same time.
Yeah.
Irons in the fire.
I have been thinking about a story for the hand game, and I like when I say like it's not like a recent thing. Like it's something that I've been thinking about since the very beginning, and I think I have something. I have a vague idea of where I would want to take it, but yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool to have it. I don't want to make a game where it doesn't have a story. It's not like super story focused, unless it's like a mobile game or something like the fruit game, Fruit game.
The fruit game, yeah. I was gonna say, what's the story of that one?
Yeah. Well, the fruit game. Actually.
It's fruit.
Let me tell you about the strawberry lore, okay? No, I'm just kidding.
I've been waiting. I should probably put my pants on.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
His mind
the camera angles it this way.
His mind is watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, unironically, my mom asked me what the podcast was the other day, and I was like, oh boy. I was like, you might get the most. You might sort by most popular, and we did the not safe for work episode. I'm like, oh boy, that's not a good look.
Oh
no. But yeah. Did you get
I think that's a cast.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to talk about something else.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk because number 3 game developer over here. I was
Thank
just
you for
waiting
understanding.
for number 1 to say something. So
welcome to the club.
Yep. I'm part of the club now. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for watching the Overscoped podcast. My name is Henry. Veta Studios on YouTube. Kobe Dev on YouTube. Zeth. MZF on YouTube.
There's an underscore in there.
_MZF_ on YouTube. Bye.
Bye, guys.